Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm back. This is RA-N-ELL. And today we're going to do something very, very interesting. I want everybody to go ahead and just strap up their boots because we're going to move real fast today. Because there's a lot of things that we need to cover because we're in a race. And I ain't talking about nationality race, but I'm talking about nationality race. We're in a race to build something. We're in a race to get somewhere. We're in a race, but we're not, because we've already won the race. So let me help us win, because we all winning. We're gonna share. We're gonna come in together. We're gonna tear this thing apart. Because I'm about to give y'all the language of the angels. I'm about to give you the angles of the gods. I'm about to give you the code to the matrix. But first, before we go into the code and scriptures, the code that's written in, before we do all these things, I have to share a little bit of disappointment. It's a little bit of disappointment because I'm looking out here and I'm searching and I got my eyes, my ears, these senses, my inner senses is up, my spider senses, all these senses is up, and I'm like, hold on. My seed, my people, the ones that I resonate with, they're going straight down the rabbit hole. They being led. They been getting a story and they just falling for it. And it was just so befitting for me just to start this show off with this little scene right here from the Matrix, because all these substances are gonna just keep taking us back to this word. So I just got to just play this right here. Just
No, but with your screen share, for some reason we can't hear it. I don't know if you were supposed to press to hear it. Hold on one second. I'm going to stop the screen share and see what happens if you, because you may have to press the option to hear, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see.
Well, really, it's not that important because what I really want to see is visual. And I can just kind of just keep speaking that way we don't even just, okay, it says your screen share session was ended.
Okay, I just put it back up just in case. Okay, there you go. I had already clicked before you said it wasn't important.
Yeah, so let's just keep playing because I just want to see this one scene right here. I just want everybody to see this one scene.
Okay.
This bunny rabbit right here. I want everybody to see this bunny rabbit. Now,
wait, click on the screen share again so people can see.
Oh, it's not there?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let me see. How do I do that? Let me see this time. There we go.
There you are.
Okay. Let's go back to this right here just for a second.
Okay.
It's just so befitting.
We see the screen too.
Yeah, this right here. Now just watch this. You can't hear it. Don't worry about the sound. That's all I wanted out of that. That's all I wanted us to see is this bunny rabbit, because we keep seeing this bunny rabbit. And we looking at this bunny rabbit. We see it in the movie Us. We see it and all these movies, and it's showing a bunny rabbit. It's showing the bunny rabbit going down in holes, and then it's showing the person going right down the hole, following the white bunny rabbit. So when I look around and I look and I hear what people saying, what they're sharing, what they're doing, and all I keep seeing is people going right down the bunny rabbit hole. Nobody is going within themselves. Nobody is bringing forth any kind of new information coming from inside of them. They're just being led by someone who they keep claiming to be their enemy. I just don't really understand it. Because we know within us that we are the God, the creator beings, the E, the energy. We are all of that. We know that. We know these things. Nobody can take that thought away from us. However, instead of us going inside of ourselves, closing our eyes, cutting off the five senses, the outer senses, and awaken the inner senses, so we can start to read and understand what we left for ourselves to see, we keep going by other people, other cultures, especially the ones who keep saying that they're your friend, but you know they're not. They're your enemy. Okay? So now what is this going to take us back to? It's going to take us back to language. It's going to take us back to communication. It's going to take us back to knowing. But understand what I just said. Knowing. No. The word no means to stop. No. I don't want it. N-O. But the word know, K-N-O-W, means to acquire, means to have a certain knowledge, a certainty about something through experience. So right there, we're seeing that there's a play in this language, in this operating system. How is it that I can say the word, man, I give you praise. I need to pray to you. P-R-A-Y. But then I turn around and say, man, I'm going to take this knife and pray on her and stick her in the side. P-R-E-Y. Phonetically, phonically, these things sound exactly the same. Now, there's an etiquette that you will see that is a maximum in legislation, in law, in occultism, esotericism, physics. I don't care what science that you want to go on. But you will hear the people who know say, about 8,500 years ago, Pharaoh made an etiquette. He said, so it shall written, so it shall be. And since then, there has not been a legitimate contract, a legitimate language, a legitimate form of communication that's consistent since then. From that time period, everything has been fiction. In the court of law, which most people don't understand what a court is, and they definitely don't understand what law is. In a court of law, if you become an attorney, they tell you, you take an oath, a blood oath, that no fact shall be tried in court. No fact. All fiction. Where did this stuff come from? How did this develop? Where are we at? Are we really on Earth? Are we even in the Milky Way galaxy? Are you melanated? Are you really black? Are you white? What does it all mean? Because surely you didn't design this language, this anguish, these angles, these invisible cords and strings that strangle and entangle you into contracts, you into invisible borders and walls that don't exist. You can't see them, but you're bound by them. How is that? What is really going on? Are you truly the sons and daughters of the gods? Are you truly sons and daughters of the sun? Are you truly the sons and daughters of her, the Most High? All these things should be contemplated, tore apart, broken down, sent back around, and pulled back together. So since it hasn't been, because there has been a corruption in the system, there has been a virus set forth in the womb, in the stargate, in which souls come through. There's an interception where souls are being removed and being replaced by soulless beings. There's a lot of things going on. But Mama, the great mothership, always has a solution. She's the great balancer. She balanced all things. And she's given her children the language of the angels, the math, to solve all things, to solve the unknown. So let us start with this image of Ma'at, 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 the great liberator, the judge, the balancer, the scale. How do I know? Because you're speaking to it on my Aten. Aten, Atum, Atum, Re, Ra. The Orphean, the Orpheus. The 13th zodiac. The 1 plus the 3 equals the 4. The 4 horses. The Horus. The Heru, the Root, the R, the U. Of the hyperbole, the hyperbole. The L in L. The great God L, the fractal. Center standing the Ma'at. The math. The algebra, the owl, the la, the feminine. So let us start, because I'm tired of a Zachariah stitching. I'm tired of all these, whatever they are, looking upon the glyphs that we wrote for our remembrance. Bastardizing, twisting, turning, confusing, splitting things in different tones and angles to strangle the sons and daughters of the great mother. So we're going to get into the lesson tonight, but I had to preface it. Because I'm tired of people going around talking about Anunnaki. They know nothing about Anunnaki. How you gonna let someone that ain't even of your culture tell you what an Anunnaki is? Anu. The people of An. The people of ionic bonding. The great I. What is I? What is the I? The I is current. I equals equals current equals power. It's measured in the joule. These jewels, the crystals, measures the ox or the watt, giving you the arc or the spark of the covenant. These are our angles. These are our art. We created the art. How dare anybody open our tomb, hybridize our children, rewrite the script, and mind control our children. We won't stand for that. So we bring forth the great remembrance of arm, leg, arm, head, knowing that this is a feminine body that is created. This is the Nataru, the sign, the great sine wave that turns from the center of the spear. The Ra is the middle of the measure of the spear. The ray is the outside or the circumference of the circle of the spear. How dare anybody say that they can make a cable or a cabal out of the ancestors of us? How dare anybody invert the teachings of the great Ma'atins? So Mama sends the sparrows, the eagles, the hawks, the herus, the cardinals, the aru, the aura, the great Aryan, the great elves, the dark elves, to come through to dispel the spell. So when we tell you that all of the spell, the witchcraft, the magic, the magnetism is in the words, listen to the great birds, because we tweet. We make sounds and tones. It's called Morse code. Tweet, 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 tweet. The great birds. So let me show y'all where you at, because you're not on a place called Earth. Earth? Where did you get this name from? Who gave this place this name? The sun, that's called soul. S-O-L. And a soul, if you're a solar being, that means you have a sun within you that is dormant. So if you closing your eyes in meditation and you can't see the inside of yourself, if you can't see your inner worlds, if you can't see the dimensions within you, that means you are still a slave. That means the Jed has Jed the eye, the Jedi of the great Siddha or the Sith, the people of the silence, the people of the snake, the people of the Khan. Do y'all not know who the Khans are? The Khans? The Amuru Khans? A Khan is a king, is a queen, is a Kohen, is the royal bloodline of the whole galactic sphere, the beginning. You should have praise and A's within you to declare you have any type of reptilian within you. Do you know what a reptilian can do? A reptilian can sit up in the water for hours and breathe. A reptilian got more power in his jaws than any other animal. A reptilian can sit up in a tree and go in camouflage and you can't see it. A reptilian can live in a tree under the ground and in the water. Do you not know that the bottom part of your brain is reptilian? Do you know that the primal DNA within you is reptilian? Do you know that the sister to this galaxy is called Andromeda. That is the people of the ants, of the insect. Do you know how much insect that you have in you? Insect, instinct. Where do you think your instinct comes from? From the insecticide part of your cell. Do you not know that you have tree in you? That your spinal cord and all of the spinal nerves that come up, why you think it look like roots? Because one of your first beingness was a tree. Why do you think you have a symbolic relationship with the tree? Why do you think as it breathes, you breathe? As you breathe, it breathes. Okay? So now when you keep going, you're going to find out that you have 23 sets of what they would call an alien gene within you that makes you you. You only have one set of humanoid chromosomes, period. So when someone leads you down a damn rabbit hole to make you hate yourself and all the things that are a part of you, make all these things the enemy. So you hate it. And then you got the children of the creator, the gods, the hydro beings. Why you think, have anybody did any studying? Or is everybody still in their ego and they want to be a human so damn bad? Do you not know that the word human means monster? Who gave you this word? But you take one part of it and say, you, oh, that's color. Man, black ain't no damn color. White ain't no color. Those are base, acid, and base. Those are things that you put colors on top of. And in between, those are called substrates. Those are not colors. Black absorbs, white reflects colors. Yellow, blue, red. Those are the only colors. From those 3 colors, you get all of the other 7 colors. With white on one end of the base and black on the other end. Stop letting other people lead you. Go back in the last video, I just showed you the black hole and the white hole. Anything that you see in this dimension that is presenting itself as black, on the inverse side of it, the opposite side is white. And anything that's showing itself white on the opposite side is black. Look up the damn definitions of black. Black means burnt, pale, pale, without color, pale. White, what you would be defined as white. And look up white. White means what you think black means. Being led right down a damn rabbit hole. So now let's get into some visuals so I can get my people out the goddamn rabbit hole. And get into yourself, start talking to yourself, start going inside yourself so you can wake yourself up out of your hibernation. Reptilians, ants, birds, cows, rams, all these type of things hibernate, they rest. The universe rests. So I say, Hermes, Thoth, and all these supposed to be beings. These are Greek names, Greek beings that they added to Jehuti. Jehuti is a bird being. A being that can see far, that sits up high. I am a bird being, Ra. Blue avian. I can see far, high, wide, long distance. It's hard to trick me. So when you go and you have a Jehuti, which none of y'all is showing me you can read hieroglyphs, but you're going to take the word of Zachariah Stitching, talking about a damn bim stone and a Rosetta Stone, talking about they found one letter and was able to decode our whole code and scriptures, and you just went for that? It reminds me of the same trick of the slavery trick. You tell a whole group of damn people y'all came from a whole nother continent. You look at those people, don't look nothing like you, and you came over slaves, 7, 8 million of y'all. Nobody fought. Everybody just laid down and just took it. That don't sound right to nobody. Where they ships at? They gloat about every goddamn thing else. Where the ships at? You can go in New York, right there in the river, and see big battleships from 200-300 years ago. Where the ships at? But you set up a little display in Charleston with one little chain, one little display of chain, and you gonna tell me and convince me that Anunnaki let you do that to them? Yeah, right. Look at the word right. Right is a direction. One direction out of infinite directions. Well, what about left? What about up? What about down? What about diagonal left down? Diagonal left right down. Diagonal up, right, left, down. Like a joystick. What about all these directions? So you're going to take what you're going to say that is correct and then that is balanced, and you're going to call it right? And then use the same word, W-R-I-T-E, right, as in writing a letter? Same phonics? And people going around hollering this all day, talking about, yeah, ain't that right? We got to fight for our rights. Don't you understand that a right is a right triangle? You know how many right triangles is on a piece of paper? Which is the court? Which is the document? You know how many right triangles is there on the front side and the back side? You see the trick? So when you see that they say Hermes and they call him Trismegistus, the great trickster, ain't nobody never questioned that? Nobody never questioned none of this stuff? Nobody never questions you talking about you got chakras, 7 chakras, and they starting at the damn at your waist and going up to your head? Nobody never questioned why ain't no chakras going from the waist down to your feet? Nobody never questioned. Everybody hollering talking about ascension. Do you know what ascension is? That's just a direction on the zodiac. Right ascension, left ascension. That deals with longitude, latitude. Come on, Moors. Y'all supposed to be the navigators. This is maritime you're dealing with. The great seafarers, the great whatever. Wake up. How many people got a compass? You don't even got no compass no more. You used to didn't need one. You was called the computer because you could compute all directions of the spirit within your head, within yourself, within your whole core, within your body. You didn't operate just off the top of your head because you understood that the whole body, inside and out, was your vehicle, was your vessel, was your ship. And you knew how to turn the ship on. Now let's get into some visuals because I had to rant. Because sometimes when we get in these visuals and we get into teaching, we get into too much detail. And we get in our head and we start thinking. A true Mayate don't think. Think? What you think the practice was about? What you think the ritual was about? It's no different than going out there and playing basketball every day. At some point, you stop thinking. And you just move. You ain't got time to think. When your enemy is on top of you, thinking slows you down. To think is to sink. Come on, y'all. A mind, M-I-D, mind. You don't think a landmine? Same word, mind. Or do you mind? I just said the same word, phonetically, sounds the same. But I can write that down any kind of way. You understand magic now? Word magic? Magnetics? Let's get into some things. So I'm going to show y'all how you could be moving slow and think you're moving fast. I'm going to show you all how you get led and you become led. Heavy, slow, dead, condensed. Can't move no energy. So let's start looking at some language. Let's start looking at some of this stuff. All this fakery. Let's just keep going through it. Because I ain't got time to be sitting here deciphering what somebody else has written for me to go down a rabbit hole and take as law. Nothing law about what we're seeing right here. Because I'm going to show you what law is, and I'm going to show you what math is, and I'm going to show you what my act is. So we know when we start working together as one. Because I'm going to tell you something. This stuff is way easier than what people making it. A myth. A myth is nothing but a mind. I'm talking about a landmine. You put it in, it's got a time on it, and it's going to blow. And once it blow and unfold within you, no different than a zip file. A zip file is compressed, it's very small. But the whole damn program is written within it. The whole thing is already done. And when that zip file goes wherever it's going to go, and you unzip it, you uncompress it, it's just going to keep unfolding until the whole program or operating system loads up. Now the app is ready to be used. This same concept was taken from the concept of the seed. Within the seed, within the kernel, is all things. The whole code is already written. Ain't no adding to it. It's part of creation. In order to create something, you have to stand outside of it. You can't be a part of the creation to be a creator. So now, when you being led with all these little symbols that don't mean nothing, all they mean is what somebody wants them to mean. But when you fall for it, guess what? Now you operating on someone else's operating system. Now, humans walking around this planet ain't even looking at the word that they're using, planet. It's a net. A net captures something. Plan. It was a plan to catch a god, a solar being, and bring it down, lower it to a board, a circuit damn board. Now, people walking around here in their ego, calling themselves gods and talking like they got God knowledge, and underestimating their enemy. Oh, we created him, and he don't know nothing. I taught him this, and I taught him that, and I taught him this, and I taught him that, and I taught him this, and I taught him that. Okay, well, why he running circles around you? Tell me where he from. You don't know. You think you know. You don't know. Let's look at some more of this stuff. And then I'm about to dispel and just break it all down and show you how all this is just bullshit. Something to lead you down a rabbit hole. You'll never get out. And look at this garbage right here. Cold garbage. All these signs and symbols talking about Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. All these things. Our ancestors didn't use none of them type of phonics. We don't even talk like that. We don't talk like that. So I'm going to show you how a myth, a glyph, used by a smith. What is a smith? Smith ain't just no S-M-I-T-H. No, a smith is someone who's an alchemist. Someone who knows what elements are. Who understands how to bond elements, how to move energy, how to control an L. Because this shit gonna get down to Adam and Eve. Because who is Eve? Eve is energy. The E principle, the negative principles align. A dot, a black dot is what it really is, of dark matter. How can I control that? How can I make it work for me? How can I enslave it? First of all, it's an intelligence that got power I don't have. That's why I need to control it. That's why I need to make it work and do work for me. Because it has another source. It has its own source of energy. Don't need no battery. It's connected to source. So I need to control it. How do I control it? I need to contour, bend it, mold it, capture it, put it within a conduit, send it in a direction so that it can do what? So it can be used for work. Okay? Now let's start to get into this lesson. I'm going to start off with this, so I can get you out of bondage. Bondage is to bind something. Because what you're dealing with, see, they give you all these movies, bits and pieces to lead your mind somewhere so it can be captured. Okay, because the head is sitting by itself. Think about the pyramid and the all-seeing eye sitting up there by itself. That's the head sitting up there by itself. It's away from the body. It's no different than the prodigy son, the one who has run away from the tribe just to be captured and eaten up by somebody else. By the time they get back to the tribe, it's an agent. It's been cloned, it's been imaged, it's been programmed, it's been given a whole nother language, a whole nother food. Okay? Because why? These beings want to be Lord of the Ring. They want to be Lord of the Ring. God of the Ring, Creator of the Ring. What am I talking about? Let's get into it. Now you're looking at this earth. Now when you're looking at this picture right here, you're looking at earth. What does it look like? It looks like a little nut or a seed, a kernel, sitting in the center of something. Okay? Now you're seeing these zodiacal signs that's supposed to be rotating around it. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now let me go to this this picture right here, and then I'm going to show you what's going on. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? I know I put it in here. Let me go to the bottom. Here we go. Right here. Now notice they got a picture on here that don't look like you. So understand that. Don't underestimate that. because I'm about to drive home a great point. Now I'm going to show you how you've been led for the dead. And that's why you're called the walking dead. And people sitting right in front of your face laughing at you. Because you're going for every trick of the Jedi. And a Jedi, his aim is to just poke your eye out so you cannot see. So let's get to it. Now when we look at this picture right here, look at this. Study it. Take a screenshot of it. Matter of fact, let me pull this up in my drawing so we can really decode this right here. Let's get a new project. Blank canvas. All right, let's go. Let's bring the picture up. Where's that? Okay, picture. Okay, albums. Here we go. Right there. Let's bring this picture up. It's at the bottom. Here we go. Alright, now we got this picture up. Let's get us a pen. Alright. Now, we see the zodiac right here. This is going to prove a point of how people have been led. Now, you keep hearing that you are the measure of the universe. You're the universe. You're the measure. You're the measure. You are the melanated woman. Her body is the template of the celestial spirit. We went over the celestial spirit last time. We're going to bring it back this time so we can see what we're talking about again. Now, notice you have these zodiacs. You have Pisces down here. Pisces cover both of the feet. Okay, we keep going up. We have Aquarius is here. It covers both sides of the shin. You have your Capricorn here. It covers both knees. You have your Sagittarius. It covers your thighs. Okay? Then you get into your Libra, which covers your belt area, which I showed y'all that Libra is only just a code word for my act. Okay? Now, you got Scorpio, that's right up here in the reproduction area. This is why you had the movie The Scorpion King. It's showing you that this Scorpio symbolizes the mother goddess. It's the mother goddess plus these two signs right here represents the CPU, the core of this vessel. This is a ship. Remember that. Consciousness is the energy or just the awareness of beingness. But this is a machine. It's an organic machine. Let's keep going. Let me just back that up a little bit. Hold on. I need to do that. Here we go. Let me see something. Thought you can erase it that way. Let me see. It's a way to just keep going backwards, but it don't want to work for me. Let me see something. Let me just start back up again. So we can bring that back. I'm a little rusty, y'all. I gotta excuse me. I'm a little rusty with this program. But we're gonna get through it because this is very important. I'm about to really get to it. I'm about to speed up. So y'all, just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm about to speed up. Got a lot of stuff to show you very fast, so I'm about to speed up. Here we go. Okay, boom. So now, when you look at this right here, again, when you look at here, I've already proven in my other classes how this thing works. Now, the chakra system works the same way. is your 0. This is considered the floor. This is considered the ground level outside. Okay? Now, these are your different degrees, or what they call your degrees of existence. And extends all the way to the top of the head, which is 90 degrees. This same degrees of existence goes this way too, to the bottom. And here's your negative 90 degrees. Okay? Now, this whole science is based on the sine wave. The sine wave. Your yin and your yang. Okay? Because when you do this way, here's your yin and your yang symbol. And here's your singularity, where all things come together in one. Because this is a system, this is a machine. Now, what is the race about? The race is about this. The race is about this. Our ancestors, this is what they was building. This is called the Jed pillar, or the Jed. This right here is how a super being or a superconductor works. This beingness right here is taking advantage of the whole celestial sphere. Because you have what you call planes of existence. If you look at what I just did, starting from the core, if you look at the, if you look where it says Horus Anubis, right there in the center by the reproduction system, you're going to look right down the bottom, you're going to see that same little bee or the scarab. Okay, we're going to get into what that actually means. Because the scarab or the bee, this is where the letter B comes from. Now we get into the language of the angels. Because the bee is the small, microscopic, subatomic beingness of the soul. And it is a bee, or a fairy bee. A little being called a fairy or an elemental. This is the core of self. Now, this is subatomic. This is Ant-Man shit I'm talking about right now. Because what happens is, when we get into, now, let me show you what the other person who's in a race with you is building. He's building this. This is called Admin Cadman. What is a Cadman? A Cadman is a CAD drawing. Is a computer generated image. Okay? So he's making a computer generated super being based off an electronic circuit. So what this being is doing is what you call creation. Because things that are not created is what you call natural, or the natural. It's a different process. So what this being is doing is basically using the beings on this planet to encage itself, to trap itself, basically to make itself a cyborg. And this is done through chemistry and engineering. Now, who is doing this? Who's smart enough to do this? This is when you have to get into the birds, knowing about the birds. Now notice when you look at a depiction of Mayat, she has wings. Okay? Because she's a bird being. She has a bird beingness about herself. Okay? We see it again. We see her. We see Osiris. She's a bird being. What is she? I'm going to show you what she is. She's this. This is called a Naga. This is a microscopic, small bee type being. Now, they would try to make you think that this is a giant being that is a snake type of being, and they will call it Medusa. No, that's to confuse you. This is a fairy. Elementals are fairy beings, microscopic. This is why when you see Mayat, when you see our knowledge, this is why they're showing you these microscopic, small, little entities. Because these little small entities is what's inside of you doing all your work. This is what's inside of you, what you calling red blood cells, black blood cells, proteins, and all these different things that's going on that have their own intelligence. You ain't telling them a damn thing. You up here thinking about what you're going to eat today. You sitting there playing on a phone, using its computation to get answers. These things know what to do. They know their nature. They're no different than an ant outside. They're no different than a worm outside. A worm outside know what to do. It burrows holes in the ground so that oxygen and other different gases and liquids can flow through so that the cycle of life can continue to go. Let's keep going. So when you start to understand and you're looking at what you're really looking at are symbols. See, people, think about yourself when you're on a plane. When you're on a plane, you way up there and you look down. You cannot see these trees down here. You can't see no human. You can't see no buildings. Why? Because that's how small you are. Now, you're looking at yourself because you don't have anything as a perspective to look against. And you looking at feet and inches and meters, and you giving these things like they're big. They're not big. You on the floor level of existence. You in 3D. That means 30 degrees in height. Your beingness is way up in the 90 degree. You would call that a giant. You would call that a gas giant, a nebula. Something that is extending from the ground all the way through what they call the heavens or the nine ethers of existence. But to understand that there's an inverse existence to that called the subatomic world. And the subatomic world is super microscopic electrons that's doing way more than what's doing on this side of the mirror. Because existence works it has a parallel existence pole. If you got creation, you have non-creation. Something that's non-creation, that don't mean it's not living. It's just not living by the rules that this side of the mirror or the hyperbole is on. So now let's get back to what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Why they got this on top of their head? Anybody starting to try to wonder and ask any questions? Or you looking for somebody to give you an answer? But you say you God. If you're a God, you're supposed to be able to look at this and go inside of your genes and pull out the answer. Because inside of the cell, one cell is knowledge of the whole multiverse. Every magic trick, every science trick, everything that could ever be done is already in one cell, and you're sitting on trillions of them. Now look what's on top of this bowl. That's pi. That's phi. That's 3.15. That's the golden sparrow. That's the golden mean. The flower of light. What is the flower of light sitting up on? The celestial sphere, the hyperbole. What is the hyperbole? You sit there and you watch football all damn day, Super Bowl, you love it. What is this thing imitating? Let's look at it. The celestial sphere, I gave it to you last class. It's showing that you are in a sphere, a cell, and all of these super clusters of stars and superclusters of galaxies and all of that is contained within this one damn egg. They call it an etherical dragon's egg. Enter the dragon. This is the science of the Anunnaki. This is the science of you. Anunnaki is a tribe. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get into what the Milky Way is and what it's doing. Because I'm tired of people talking and they don't know shit. Now look, right here in the center of what they call in red right here. This is called the Galactic Center, or the Galactic Belt. If you don't believe me, let me pull out another picture so where they explain it out. And they write it in words so people can see. Where is it at? Is it this one? There you go. Now here is the Galactic Belt. Now to the left and to the bottom you see Andromeda. Now where you at is sitting real close to over there. Okay? Now you see that this is called the Galactic Center. This is the belt. But don't think it's linear. Nothing is straight lines. Nothing is straight. A straight line is an illusion. That is just a thing so you can measure something. Or you can get intercepted. Let's keep going with this galactic egg, this sphere. Now when you put the infrared lights and different type of lights, you're going to see that in the center here looks like a bird, looks like a dragon. This thing looks like an egg. Let's look at it from different ways when they put some infrared on it. This is what we inside. Better depiction. This is the great dragon. And it contains Draco. It contains Umi, Ursa Minor, Uma, Ursa Major, Ara, Taurus, all these different things, and different Orion. And half of these names, those names are French names and Latin names. Them ain't the names that our ancestors named this shit. But we knew this. That's why we had it on top of our heads. This is the knowledge of the Ma'aten. We knew these places. We knew all of these constellations. Now look at the ones on top. These are the great birds. These are the great birds. Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, Hydra. Look at the pictures of these things. Lyra, they're all birds. Draco's a bird. Cygnus is a bird. Pegasus is a horse with wings, a bird. Because why? You're in the land of the birds. Atlantis, look what their symbol is, the damn eagle, a bird. But understand that when you see our ancestors, when you look at the symbolisms that they had, let me show you. Because y'all act like y'all ain't seeing. Look what's on her forehead. A damn vulture. A bird. What does a bird do? A vulture. Sit back and wait till something die and then eat his ass. Okay? So when we look at some of this stuff, to understand what we were. To understand what this knowledge came from. To understand that we was the ones going around called the Crusaders. To go outside. The snake and the damn bird, which is one and the same. Look at the legs of the bird, of the vulture. It's got scales. It got scales. Look at the eyes of it. The same as a snake because it is a mutation. It's one and the same. This is what you call polarity. And then the eye right there in the center, the prism, the prison. Now look what it's doing. It's feedback. If you look at the bottom, there's a little tail coming around and it's feeding back to the vulture, showing a feedback loop. Yeah, I'm saying we were slave mongers. We was running around the whole galactic, enslaving shit, mutating shit, adding this to that to this to that to this. Trying to create the perfect bodies, the perfect vehicle to incarnate in. This is the science of the Gaul. If you don't know what a Gaul is, go back to the Stargate series. See the cut on the man's stomach and what they're trying to say, that a snake come out of it. No, this Gaul is a symbiotic creature and it's microscopic. It is a genome or gnome or sperm or a spermicide or a sperm cell. A little tadpole. Millions of them coming out of a man going into a woman through the Stargate. Those are beings. It ain't no one of them that's going and impregnating no cell. No. It's millions of them going in there and acting. Because why? That type of beingness, those type of intelligence, they work as a matriarch. They work together. It's a group thought. There ain't no individual egos and everybody just doing what they want to do and just, one person wants to work and the other person, he at a party drinking. Nah, they doing the bidding, the work of the queen. What is the work of the queen? To create another being. To create another being. Now, when you look at these little small, these little microscopic little sperms, these little microscopic beings, these are the true gods and goddesses. These are the creator beings. Now, when you look over here, these little birds, the one on the left-hand side, the one like a vulture, that's an Anunnaki. So understanding this microscopic. It ain't the size of you. It's tiny. You can't see it. It running circles around you. It's all inside of you, all outside of you. No different than this Gaul. It's all inside of you, all outside of you. These are the aliens that they're trying to get you to hate. But these aliens are you. Now, if you don't believe me, let's go back to these pictures. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back when you start to look at the Amurukar, the Amurukans, or the land of the plum serpents. Where you at? Khan. You is a Khan. Your family was Khans. So when you look at the word Khon, you're talking about you. The Amurukar, the Amurukans, the serpent people, the ones with the gifts of the mother dragon, the celestial dragon, the magic dragon. They made Puff the magic dragon and all this stuff. The old world with the dwarfs and the fairies and all of that. That shit ain't went nowhere. It's right here in your face. You just can't see it. Because you lost your way. So they replaced all of these magical beings that are you, that are a part of you, that are inside of you, that are outside of you, that you once could control. Called genies. And then they changed the name and call them jinn. And say that they're demons and daemons and they this and they that. They make you scared of it. To disconnect you from your ancestors. And they want you to make your ancestors only look like a damn human. And trick the gods who wore the different god heads to show you wasn't just that. You way more than that. But if I can trick you, you all of this. That's best. A dwarf. That's in you. That's your ancestor. You think you're going to wield some magic and you don't know who that is and you don't believe in that? When you look at Sekhmet, when you look at Best, This is the Mother Mary right here. And this is the sun. This is the Heru story right here. You want me to show it to you in a different depiction? So you can see who the real Christ and Mary is? But they want to show you a human, somebody you don't even, and you go right forward. It's crazy. Like you done forgot. Let's just go back, and I'm going to show you something right quick. When you see these spheres, when you see these things, these supposed to be chakras or whatever they're trying to show you, that's some cabal stuff, some trickery. When you look at Adman Padman, when you look at what they're trying to imitate, notice that you see beings everywhere within these different compartments of the self. Because that's where they live. What do you think is operating that part of your body that you ain't got to think about, that you call an involuntary muscle, involuntary nerve? Ain't nothing involuntary. It's something with intelligence down there that's doing all that for you. Now, this can be imitated electronically. Right now, I'm using what they call an iPad to do all of this. They've used every technology that's in the body to create the same animation that you going on in your head is going on in this iPad. And the key is to get you to get away from the magical beings and to get into this. To replace the magical beings with a calculator. To replace the magical parts of your beingness with a computer. To replace the magical aspects of yourself with a car. With a ship. But you was the one who was the great moray. You had all of the things to be able to navigate through the celestial sphere. To disappear. To rearrange your molecules. To will every element. Every mineral, everything. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. When you sit and stand, when a person who you calling your enemy, who you swear don't know nothing, how he done mapped all this shit out. From top to bottom. He ain't left nothing out. And he been using you to do it. Mapping it out, creating a new machine, using the crystal technology, creating crystal generators, creating microprocessors, creating computer chips that's doing everything that the organic series circuit was doing, the DC direct current. And what he did is create a hybrid system and call it a parallel energy AC alternating current, replacing the direct circuit, the series circuit. Series ain't no damn planet. Series is a circuit, a series circuit, a direct current, DC. AC is an alternating current. That creates what you call a electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic wave or a net that can catch things like you, who are what they call a superconductor, a hydrocarbon. Now let's look at the great circuit. Let me pull up a better picture, because I mixed that with some things. But when you understand the tetrahedron, the sacred geometry, knowing that cymatics, that I can take frequency and run through things and make anything that's got salt, minerals, or anything, take any one of these shapes I want with just pressing one key of a keyboard or one note. I can make any one of y'all molecules take this shape with a process called FM, frequency modulation. So when you think something is magical, it ain't nothing magic about it. It just, I know the scientific principles of it and you don't. This right here is a circuit. It's called cymatics. This thing automatically moves energy from one place to the next. It will never stop as long as it has a source of power. It has all of the sacred geometry in it. Now, I'm showing y'all the language of the angels. Now, I can get down and draw all this stuff out. I done did it before. I done showed y'all this shit. I done showed you the triune. I done showed you the Trinity. I done showed you the axis and the core. How to build a man, how to build a woman. How? Because we done did it before. How do you think I know this? I'm raw. So when you see this technology, I can tell you everything on this board and what it means. Because I am the hieroglyphic. I can tell you every star system this is. I can break down this technology. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it who wasn't there. So when we told them we was gonna return, we returned. We already here. It's you and me. It's the person who listened to this. This our shit. We'll never let nobody tell you about your stuff. Go inside. Ask the questions. And all these little magical beings and all these different planes of existence are right here in front of you. Awaken them. This is your magic. Somebody took your magic, called voodoo, called earth magic, using all the elements of yourself and turned it against you. That's what they call the snake eating its tail. Now, I done showed you all this. The black hole. The white hole. I done showed y'all this right here. How the Taurus feel. The Taurus. That is an alien technology. It comes from the star system Tau. This is crystal. This is called a crystal generator. A crystal is a prism. A light has to have a source. A light is not nothing. A light is an imaginary thing. It's the electricity behind the light that is real, not the damn light. It's the source of energy. So the light makes an illusion, is imaginary. But the source is the real thing. It's showing you right here with this chart how time creates the cosine. And the sine wave creates the real. Anything with the word co, look it up for yourself, means to image something. It means to mirror image. It means to make a copy. Contrast. Anything with CO in it, CO2, it ain't going to help you. It's going to hurt you. Now, if you look, the sister just brought the article out on the H2O, talking about the water and how the two, you have hydrogen, H, then they made a synthetic version of hydrogen called H2, which is some chemical, deuterium, or however you say it. This thing is blowing up your cells. Now, I can get so detailed with this, man, but it would take me 3 months to get you to see this. If I really show you the circuit and showing you that you've been misled, the Y is the feminine, not the X. The Y. The X is the hybrid. That's a man. There's no such thing as a man. It ain't nothing but women. A man is an inverted woman. That's all a man is. The inverted woman. When you see a cell, know that a cell has a nucleus on the inside. That's the true sun. Any sun that's on the outside of it, it's not what's really affecting the cell. The cell is self-powered. Meaning you are self-powered. You have a cell inside of you, right in your core. Your CPU, your cell. That's where your real existence starts. Existence starts from from things being condensed like a seed. Everything's already in it, like a zip file. You put it in the ground, all you gotta do is give it the right condition and it will grow. You ain't gotta do nothing to it. You ain't gotta tell it nothing. You ain't gotta put it in school. You ain't gotta train it. It knows what to do. This is how the source is. Source. Source is not creation. Creation is hybridization. Creation, look at the word, cree. Cree is to burn. Cremation. Cree is done with oxidization, to oxidize, to rust, to add water to something. Water rusts things. Oxygen rusts things. So when you introduce oxygen, oxygen ain't no noble gas. The H is a noble. The hydrogen is a noble gas. But you're not getting but a small amount of argon and other of the noble gases that you really need. Because you was a gas being. You were primarily a gas being before a carbon being. You're a hydrocarbon. Why you think you got to breathe air? You fart air. You burp out air. You full of air. You breathe in air. Air is a primal element. It's a prime. Let's keep going. And I'm about to go to questions because, like I said, I can get so detailed with this, and I have all the slides to take me everywhere I want to go, but we're running out of time. My whole thing when I started tonight was really to break down the alphabet and to show y'all the real code of how to decode the language and to show you that your operating system is loaded against you. That's why when you look at the movie Roots, it showed you. At the end, once they got the man to call himself Toby, the movie was over. The programming was done. Because the language is loaded. When you look at this right here, you got capacitance and induction. You have a dotted line in between. That dotted line is a plate. It's called a plate. Once you introduce that plate, you create a mirror image on both sides, what they call a parallelogram. Or a hyperbola. A hyperbola or hyperbola. Or hyperbola. If you look up hyperbola or hyperbola, which I did in my phone, and I'm using my iPad, so I didn't have a chance to even transfer the pictures over, or I would have showed y'all how smart these people is. Just like on this plane of existence, you have 7 or 6 different races or beings or beingness, but within those shells, or every alien or everything that you see in that celestial sphere, do not get it confused. Do not get it confused. These beings are re-engineering you through chemicals, through science. Because of the Anunnaki, you got different races, different beings. You got different temperaments. You got agreeables, disagreeables, neutrals. Just like here. You can take a melanated person and you don't like them. They don't act like you. You don't think everything is like that? You can walk around a pack of bees. Some bees going to jump on your sting. Some bees ain't going to care. Some bees going to run away from you. So when you start thinking everything, it's just the plus pole, and forget about the minus pole, and forget about the neutral, what contains both, you ain't learned none of the lessons of 3D. None. And you're going to repeat it again. You're going to repeat it again. So I'm going to go ahead and open up some questions. If anybody want to make comments or say anything, because I can go on and on and on and on and on and keep showing y'all all this. I got all the slides to prove anything. There's nothing you're going to throw at me. I can't explain it like a child. And we all can do this. I'm not trying to claim to be special or be the special one. Yeah, I'm Ra. Yeah, I'm him. I'm the real one. The beginning and the end. But I ain't the only. It's a group. It's a soul group. We are a soul group. The primal, the primes, the alphas. And somebody wants to steal our position. I ain't gonna let it happen. You can't steal my mama's birthright and think her son, her life, gonna sit back. Nah, that ain't the way of the Anunnaki. Anu. The people of An. No. We non-ether beings, bees, light beings, the real ones, subatomic particles, disappear, reappear, rearrange, fractalize, move forward, backwards, up, down, all around. You get it? Anybody got anything?
First off, let me say that, man, this was definitely a powerful presentation again. And, I mean, I have a couple things that number one, you just mentioned something about, and then Empress Phoenix saying that was a powerful picture, too. She loved the picture that you had up. You mentioned about...
There go to Mary and Christ, or hearts. Here it is. This is the real.
The real one.
This is the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now notice that Sekhmet or Baset, her other depiction, when she's in a different plane of existence, is a bird. So understand that all of these things are within this being. Now look at her right here, the lioness being. She got the whole celestial sphere on her head, and she's feeding the humanoid the key, the memory, to open up the stargate, to turn on the jet, to turn on the pillar. Keep talking to me, because as you keep talking to me, it's just going to make more things come out. Because I'm trying.
Oh yeah. Hey, whenever you feel it, let it go. Because I just started listening. But I was just gonna say, number one,
Columbia, look at this right here.
Tell them about the time. You said we're running out of time, and why you felt the need to quickly jump straight in the way you are right now. Because some people, I don't think they're getting it.
You in a race. You in a race. I ain't talking about color. You in a race because things cycle. Just like you see cycles every day, things cycle. Things don't run linear. So things are about to start over anew. There's about to be a solar flash. What is that solar flash going to do? Remove your memory. There are beings out here through chemicals. See, with the gift comes the curse. With the curse comes the gift. If you look at the Ankh is a damn syringe too. Don't look just like a syringe? Because it is. So when you look at the 45 degree, or where you take a person who thought to stick a needle in you, notice how the degree that needle is coming down and sticking in you. The same degree in the angle of the sun, 45 degree. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Completion. It's more than one way to get to 9, ladies and gentlemen. An alternating current means it's going back and forth, left, right, so damn fast, spinning off a center axis. 3 dots, one on the bottom, one on the left, up, one on the left, right. Like hands on a clock, and it's going to alternate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So damn fast, you never know. That's an alternating current. It ain't going nowhere. It's just creating a field. Now, I want you to look at this and learn a great lesson. Notice that this says Columbia. It's a bird. Now this right here is a constellation, a group of stars. Okay. Now notice these grids that's around it. Does that look familiar? Does that not look like a map? Like an earthly map? Like states or something? How everything is gridded out? Because it is. Every constellation in the sky been mapped down to the ground. Same way, same map. So when you see Columbia, yeah, that's British Columbia. Okay? In America, it's Altair. If you want to know, it's another bird. Probably got it right here somewhere. Here goes Cygnus. Matter of fact, no, this is it right here. Cygnus is beside to the left. That's Altair. This is Lyra. This is where you at. Now, what you don't know, what you can't see. Now, if you look right here, I'm going to blow it up. That says Vega. That's where I'm from. That's where I started out. That's how I know this shit. So these people from where I'm from. That's how I see it. That's how I can map it out. Mama gonna send all polarities. She gonna send the people who gonna mess you up, and she gonna send the people who gonna save you. It's all here. Okay, so when you look at Vega, what you ain't seeing that this vulture is on top of a harp. That's a string instrument right here. You can't see it in this picture, but I know I got it in other places. I may have it right up here. Oh, I know where I got it. I got a folder called The Birds. Here you go. Show y'all something. The knowledge of the birds. I like there's a brother named Young Elder. I like to look at his stuff sometimes. And he got this book, and I got it from, it's called Language of the Birds. And he could see a lot of the same thing because we know these things. Okay, now what I want to show you off of this one. Okay, let's look at this. Now these are some of the Sumerian depictions of Anunnaki, bird beings, okay, or called Elohims. Okay, now Elohim is a bird being. These are beings that are on high. Okay? Now these beings, notice that they got one that's mixed with humanoid and Anunnaki in the center. This is the genetic mutation when they splice their genes with the humanoid gene. Okay? But know that Anunnaki ain't these type of Anunnaki, that's just one type of Anunnaki. There are millions of different species of birds. From the phoenix bird to the sparrow to the canary to the avian, the blue avians, all of these are different bird beings. You understand? So understand that stop letting people lead you to think that there's one type of species of this, or there's one type of species of reptilian, and all reptilians are the damn same. No, look around you. How many different species of reptilians are around you? Millions, probably thousands. Some you like, some you don't. Some got different temperaments. Some got different abilities. That's what it with all things. You don't see one type of man or woman. You see different shades, different sizes, different temperaments. Some agreeable, some disagreeable, some neutrals. It's like that with all things, diversity. So now let's keep going with this. Looking at these bird beings. Now you see me. Now, this is a depiction of me, a blue avian, or a hawk type of being. Now look what it says. The ancients gained wings. Some had 4. Some gained 6. Some of them made advanced wings that detach. These ancient humanoid bird beings later mixed with the Gaul Hindu or Gaul Afar avatar. This gave you beings with bird DNA and the Gaul DNA. Notice the blue on the headdress as in the blue aliens. Okay, now look at this right here. It says that the Gaul Afar. My last name is Far. On this earthly realm. It's my grandfather's last name. That's the name on my original certificate of death. No birth certificate. Okay? So when I tell you who I am, believe it. I know who I am. Y'all need to start recognizing who you are. Because you ain't who you think you are. Someone has led you down a rabbit hole to make you think you somebody that you ain't. So when you having dreams, when you look at your name, and your name shows you divinity, shows you immortality, shows you special, man, take it serious. Go into that. Stop denying it. Because it will never come online. It will never come online. Because you don't even believe it yourself. Okay? So now, when I tell you that you in Altair, what is Altair? Tear. All, tear. Tear up the all. The source, the all. The arm, leg, arm, head. The all. Tear it up. Fractal, an L. That's the shatter. Break apart. Okay? Break apart your memory, your consciousness of who you are. So you never can come back and rule. So a Ra come and tell you, hey, this thing is about a mother and her child. When you see Heru, the elder, and Heru, the child, know who they are. Let me show you. I think I got it in this folder. Got it somewhere. I got the original picture of Heru the elder and Heru the child. Heru the elder is a bird being. Heru the child is a bird being. Okay? Everyone on this planet that's a part of us got bird in them. That's fact. They go Ra again. That's me. All right, let's keep going. Anybody got any questions? Y'all hear my cat Bassett. Hey, Bassett. So now, look at the bird being, my act. She's raising the jet. Let me take y'all to the jet. With the jet. And then now hold on, I got to go here though. Because we're gonna lose what true perspective of what actually your competition is doing. Your competition has copied this. The mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Notice inside the mitochondria you have what's called the matrix. Okay? This is what's going on. They have created an artificial mitochondria. This is where you at. This is your matrix. Because what can happen in a matrix, and the reason why, is that, see if I got a good depiction. I want to show it. Right here on this outer cellular wall, right here, this outer membrane, if you look on that outer membrane, there's like a river or ocean within that space. That's called the cytoplasm. Within the cytoplasm of the cell, you can introduce what they call a artificial phosphate or phosphate group. When you introduce this phosphate group, what happens is the hydrogen atom goes through a burning process and is released. And when this hydrogen is released, they have a process called a catcher. And this catcher is catching the hydrogen because the hydrogen is the most powerful energy on this side of the mirror. So they have copied this in the form of what you call electronics. Because within that cytoplasm, you can make what they call a clone image. This is where cloning comes from. Now, I have all these depictions in a whole nother folder, but I think it's in my phone, or I may have put it over here already. I'm not sure. Let me see. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions?
If you do, you can unmute yourself or press *6 if you're on the phone. Just thought I would share that again.
What else am I going to share?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring up the constellations again that you brought up?
Okay. You want to look at the celestial sphere?
Yeah, the celestial sphere.
Okay.
This is everything you said. It's blown me away. There's some things I've been talking to Empress Sade about that I can't sit. I can't keep quiet because I figured out where I came from, I guess.
Oh yeah. It's easy. Now let's look at this one.
Oh no, the one with the names. The one with the names. I wanted to show you something. The one where you had the names of the constellations on it. No, not that one. It was another one. Yeah, you know. It was the one that I think it's the
Mm-hmm.
Or was there another one you had with the bird names? The one with the bird names.
Yeah.
That's the one I need. Is that one.
Okay, let me see.
And what I'm about to say, I'm not bragging about. It's just something I'm confirming something that you said. That's really what I'm doing right now is confirming what you said. But see, you said some things tonight that, oh no, it was a dark one, a very dark one. It was a dark one, and it had all the names of the constellations. If you can't put your hands on it, that's fine. It was a dark one. If that's it.
So
right,
all these still have the same thing on.
No, it doesn't. Not what I want to talk about. No, it's not on that. It's on the other one. It was the one that had the names, the bird names. It's the one up at the top there. No, the dark one. It was the dark one. Go back again. Okay. That one there, the circle one. You see the circle one? Is it that one?
Is it this one?
No, it's not. It's not the circle one. It was a dark one, and it had nothing but bird names on it. I mentioned. I think Empress Sade is gonna have to correct my memory. It's not that one. It was real condensed. Empress Sade and I have been talking. Empress, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I mention it to you a week ago or a few days ago? The first time.
About which part?
About Phoenix Anchor.
Oh yeah, it was easily about a week ago.
It was about a week ago.
What was it? Phoenix?
No, it was a dark one. There's a constellation named Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking my language.
And my appellation is Phoenix Anchor Ankh Obey. Anka is the brightest star in the constellation of Phoenix. My name was given to me. My name Phoenix was given to me by friends, and it stuck with me. And I even made it my appellation. So when you brought up the constellation, and I saw Phoenix at the bottom, because I know it's a constellation. It's at the very bottom of one of your things.
Here it is, right here.
It was dark. Do you see Phoenix?
I know, but you see it. But do you see it right there on the bottom right?
Look at. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I see it too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the concept. I just saw the shape of it. Yeah, I know where I'm from. That's where I'm from. And when you said that we were bird beings, I didn't know that until tonight when you said that.
Let me tell you something about the Phoenix. I'm glad you brought that up. If you are in the northern hemisphere, you look up on a clear night, just the best time to see it right now. You're going to see the Phoenix right up. Yes. You'll see it's going to look like a big M.
Yeah, M, yeah.
It's going to look like a big M. And it's right there in the center. That is, the Phoenix is Mayak. That's the 13th constellation. That's the 13th zodiac.
Oh my God, I'm tripping out now.
Don't let them fool you. I am the Orpheus. I am 1212. I came here on 1212 with 12 fingers. Okay? 1212 is the gate. That is what you call the gate of Lyra. If you look at, if you pull up the constellation of Lyra, you're going to see something called M57, Messier 57. That's a code word for one of their, for stargates. Anytime you see M something on these star type maps, all of those are stargates. They in and out of different galaxies. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when you open up M57 or Messier 57, you're going to see an eye. That is called the Eye of Ra, or the Eye of Heru, or the Ru, or the root. What this is showing you that this is the root gateway to get into this celestial egg. Okay? Now, when you look at the birds, anytime when you're dealing with the concept of the birds, that is just a code word for what you call the Elohim, or the hydrogen-based etherical beings that are made of gas. Okay, a nebula. Let's look at that.
Right.
You see Phoenix, telling you Phoenix is Mayak. So let's go. Let's look at. Let me see. Let's go to nebulas, so I can show y'all what you're really looking at, what you really are in different states. Okay, let me see. Pretty sure I have a folder of just nebulas. Okay. Now, a nebula, this is you in your gas or etherical self. You see how big that is?
Yeah.
These are your giants. These is what you call giants. These are gas. If you look, these ain't nothing but babies. These are us. Now, here's the one, Lyra. This is the cat. This is the eye. If you see, this is what's behind. This is the M57. When you go straight through there, you in blue skies, baby. That's home.
Wow.
Here's another picture of it. You open it up.
I've seen this before. I didn't know what it was. Wow.
Now, you see that? They'll try to lie to you and tell you, oh, that's just gas. It ain't that. No, nigga, that's the sky on the other side. That's a stargate.
Wow.
That's a stargate. And actually, that's a beam, too, at the same time. Let me show you. All of these are beings. This is how you look at your gas self.
They look like fractals in a way.
If we go online and hold on, let me show you some better pictures of nebulas. Oh, here we go. I got more down here. Here we go. That's a nebula. That is a being. That's you. That's me. And our celestial forms. Our ethereal forms. Here we go. These are babies.
It looks like fractal art. Fractal art. It really looks like fractal art. That's crazy. And fractal art is done mathematically too. You know, when you wow.
And it's going to be minerals. It's going to be every element it is, and it's going to swirl all around the multiverse. That means you are everywhere at all times. And every little speck of that dust is awareness or a consciousness of yourself. So as you coagulate and have a central focus, that's where you will be focused at in that part of the galactic. But then another part of you is in another But then eventually in these times, everything comes back together. That's why you're accessing different parts and having different celestial memories now, because everything is coming back together to one singularity. You're becoming one again. You're going back to source. So when you look at the triune or the Trinity, this is how a star, or this is how we really move. These are 3 L's, 3 lowercase L's, if you look at it.
Yeah.
Like a cursive L.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or a fractal, a triangle. This is the whole thing of, through this science right here, you can intercept anything. This is what they're doing. They have what in the hospital called an oscilloscope. That's that thing that they hook to you, the mama, and the baby. And it's the heartbeat. That thing is a frequency finder. It's finding the frequency, just like on the Matrix, when they gave him the red pill, the blue pill, and they had to hook him up to the machine, and they had to find him right quick before they lost him.
Right.
That's what they're doing to the babies in the hospital. As the soul, as the baby about to come out, what do they call the vagina as they come out? The baby is cresting the vent horizon. Okay, the consciousness of the God is supposed to be coming in right then. They're intercepting it with the machine and replacing it with somebody else's consciousness.
Oh my God.
That's called the intercept. See, you can use calculus to do all of this. It's called the function, or FX.
Yeah,
The function is giving you the integers. What are the integers? The longitude, the latitude of the celestial sphere, of the spherical body, of the Merkaba. They can calculate it through the heartbeat, the frequency, intercept you, put you in a goddamn computer, store the consciousness on a chip, on crystal, take one of their ancestors and insert it.
Oh,
that's how you got what you call a white person in a black person body. Or that's how you got a reptilian or any kind of being in these humanoid bodies. It's very easy. So to sink you deeper down into the rabbit hole, get you into the electronics, even encourage you to build it. You ever seen the movie Tron back in the day?
Yeah.
Where the man was playing a video game and next thing you know he was in it?
Yeah.
Welcome to Oz, baby. That's where you at. You inside of a damn game. You have been lured to the board, the chessboard, the cosmic chessboard.
Wow.
You have been lured. That's what it means to be the Lord. Oh, you the Lord. No, you was a God. You was of high gas. You've been brought down to this plane of existence by means of a black hole. So you're in the center of one. But you're on the parallel side of it, the opposite side. You're actually hanging upside down.
So that movie Upside Down is really true, isn't it?
Yes.
You know what? Someone told me, I put it in the room because someone told me that that's really true about Upside Down. I believe it, too.
Well, look at the technology of an eye. Let me show it to you.
I'm sorry, I don't want to hog you, but you're just hitting on things that just resonate with me right now.
Man, this is going to resonate with anybody who's trying to open up. You know, if you ain't trying to open up, then okay, you know, you're gonna contradict. You're gonna challenge everything. Ain't nothing gonna stick with you because you mind controlled. Some things I have in my phone. Some things I have on here, and I haven't matched everything up. But if we look at, let's see if it might be here. I'm glad I hit here, even though what I'm looking for is not here. Let me show y'all what's called a mind matrix. A matrix is everything built on the Merkaba, built on mom, built on mama's car or mama's vessel. Okay? There's no such thing as a man, period. There's no such thing as a sun. A sun is no different than an LED light or a light bulb. It has no power within its own. It's taking L or E or Eve or electrons, forcing electrons to feed it, to keep it burning. You have to turn on the light switch. The switch is a gate to open up what? Eve, or electricity, or any type of Eve. It could be gas energy. It could be kinetic energy. Any kind of energy. Energy is the measurement of what? I, current. I. You call yourself I because you are fucking energy. I, current. But you don't remember nothing because you've been zapped. You've been radiated by an electromagnetic field called electricity. Notice that when you're in your car, you riding on the road, what's all around you all the time? The power lines. So they have created a grid inside of a grid using the power lines. Above and below you, and gridded it all, use radiation by way of 3G towers, 1G tower, any kind, don't matter. They use a sine wave frequency, a wave, to scatter your brain, to scatter you, to scatter your beingness. It's called FM. You love it every day. You listen to it. But FM is frequency modulation, to modulate you. Okay? Because you are energy. And because you are energy, I can cymatic you. Turn you right into a cymatic. What's a cymatic? Have I showed y'all cymatics? We look at cymatics. Hold on, let's look at some cymatics. Cymatics is done with, when you look at cymatics, these things like this, the patterns, okay? You take salt or sugar, any type of crystal, put it on a speaker. You can put it in the water, it don't matter. And send some frequency through it. It's going to create a specific pattern every time. And if I keep changing these frequencies, I can create the movement going left, right, up and down, just like a keyboard, a command center, joystick. So what I'm trying to tell you, you are being led and driven from a force outside of yourself. That's the whole concept of the straw man. So they're giving you the straw man, you know, on a legal point of view, but no, it's way deeper than that. I'm going to show you. I'm letting it all out right now. Y'all really getting some shit that back in the days, they would have never let nobody get this shit out. They would have been killed them. But there's too many of us. They can't kill us all. And they definitely can't kill me. I'm raw. I'm a hydrogen. You try to kill me, the whole goddamn planet blow up. This whole shit blow up if you fuck with me. I am the first and the last. You can't fuck with me. That's just for whoever listening. So now,
I told people about that red button. Don't want to push that red button.
This was going on. I'm going to just go ahead and let it all out. It's called Pin Man. Voodoo. This is Osiris being cut up in his 14 pieces. Put on the star. Okay? What does this mean? Exactly what it looked like. I'll show you. You think these people playing? You see all them spots in red? Those are places where you've been pinned. Voodoo. Don't you got a driver's license with a dead man on it? In all caps? With a pin number? It's showing you right here. Hold on. Let me show you. Y'all think this thing a joke. Here go the being right here. Now, it shows you where he cut up. The myth. Now, I'm going to show you how you're taking a man and a woman, you're pulling them apart. The tear. Now, watch. You see, he got the sickle. Now, look on the bottom, up under her feet. Those are pins. That's a fuse. I'm going to show y'all, this is what you call cosmic voodoo. This is how the dead lives off the living. Okay, here go your pens. This is what it's showing you where they took man, woman, bent their nature. This is the Ouroboros. This is the man or woman eating his tail, or the snake eating his tail. So I've taken the feet and bent it all the way back to the head. Then notice the pins. Notice the pin. Start at the head. Look at that pin going in there. Now go to the next one. Go from right to left counterclockwise. Now look at the pin stuck in the neck. Now go to the next one. Look at the pin stuck right there where your where that little indentation is, right there where your neck is. Now look at the other one stuck right there with that indentation, right there where your rib cage come up into the V. Now look at where the Leo's stuck in, right there, a little bit above your navel. And we keep going on and on and on. Now, didn't they show you Christ pinned to the damn tree? Don't you use a pen and paper? Thus the spell. The spell is in the pen and the paper and the pencil. Anytime you write, anytime you read, that's casting a spell. Why you think our ancestors ain't got no books or nowhere? Why you think you can't find none of our shit? Because we didn't write. Matter of fact, we didn't even talk. We use the mind to communicate like animals around here do. You notice the humans, the only thing on this damn place is talking. So it can be pinned. It can be tracked. It can be intercepted. It can be forced and made to work, especially us or you. Because you are the creative and the only creative element. You're the only Eve. You're the only electron on this damn planet that's in this form. But you don't know it. You think you're a human. When you're actually a subatomic light particle that's been trapped in a damn electronic board being used and forced. Just like this. Let me show you something. Y'all think I'm playing. I ain't playing. But this is my mama. And it's me you talking about. Can't play with it. So yeah, you're in a war. You're in a fight. That's the race. Put you to sleep. Steal your birthright. It was real slick. They tried. But we here now. Show you something. All I need is sisters to wake up. Y'all got some power that's really unbelievable. Show you something. Now you see that? Let's blow it up. Now look in the middle of that and tell me if that's not Shiva. Tell me that's not Kali. Tell me that's not a damn goddess bee that's in the middle right there that's being trapped by that light and zapped. That's being forced to produce that light. Can you see it? Can you see the woman? Can you see the being inside of there? Can you see the head?
Yes, I actually see it. Yep, I actually see it. That's crazy.
Can you see her face?
Yes, I see it right here. I see it out to the right. At the top of the X. Yep.
Right here in the center.
Top of the X.
Right here in the center. Above this right here where you see these lines, if you go straight in the center of this picture, you see her face, you can see her crown. That's a genie. That's a jinn. That is a being, a bee. This is the bee. To be or not to be. That's that hydrogen being in there. Getting zapped, getting used. Being forced to do the work of Adam. Let's see if I got even a better picture. So you can really, here we go. Do you see her? Do you see the genie? Do you see the jinn? Do you see yourself? This is what's been done to you and me every damn day in this planet. Now, you see the glass around this thing? That's no different than the glass, the dome that's outside of you. A glass bowl called a biosphere. Now, within this light bulb, it's all kind of life. In the subatomic world. Now, you see the goddess right there. Now, who else have brought anything like that? I can go so deep. Let me show y'all some shit since we going hard. We're going hard in the plane. I hope the goddesses don't get mad at me, because one of the reasons why we behind, because we've been running off our damn mouth. We showed two people too much, and they inverted all this stuff back on us and created the electronic circuit. Now, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you all some lies. I'm going to show y'all some real shit. Watch this. I wonder if you hear this. Let me see. Hold on. Now listen. Now I'm going to show you how they've been lying to you the whole time.
Yep, we can't hear it. For some reason, we can't hear it. Can anybody else hear it?
I can't hear it.
No.
You can't hear it?
I can't hear it either.
Okay, well, I'm going to let it show. And then I'm going to
Okay.
explain what's going on. What he's explaining is the flow of way the electrons move. Then he's going to explain that. Oh, let me pause it. What he's going to explain in this video is the flow of electrons. And then he's going to say, well, we don't never, in school they teach you that electrons and power is moving towards the plus, but that's not true. It never does that. We just do that because it's just easier to change the equations to plus because the math is easier, but it's actually all negative. No power ever comes from the plus in anything. He explains this and shows you this in this video. I wish y'all could hear it. That's why I recorded it. He gonna draw it out, so let's just let it keep playing. Read his lips. So what he's saying, if we do that, we're gonna have a lot of negative equations going everywhere. So he says it's a little cumbersome to have negative signs running all the way in our equations. So now he's about to say, so from here on in real life, we're going to change all the negatives to positive. Now read this, since y'all can't hear this, read his lips. So I'm going to stop it here because y'all can't hear it anyway. But this is what and you can find this video on YouTube. I think I have to research how I found it, but because I found this twice. Because the first time I saw it, it blew my damn mind. Because I knew it. The way you can tell is just in your car. When you got your car on, you can take the positive pole off of your car battery and your car going to run all day long. Take that negative pole off. It's going to cut off immediately and never crank back up. The positive or the light is only used to attract and trap the negative or the feminine. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? That's a question. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. That's crazy. I took electronics. That's crazy.
Okay, so you know that there is no such thing as positive power. Plus has no power. It only acts as a circus, light, illusion, a shit show to attract energy to it, because why? We are attracted to the damn light. We are attracted to shiny things. Anytime something shines, we go right to it. They know it. So they trap us like that every time. They study the electron. But one thing they know about the electron is that as soon as you're not observing it, it do something totally different. It disappears. Why do you think they've been making these proton colliders, these CERN and all of this? To study me and you, to know our habits. Why do you think they introduced a computer and all these things? To track us, to track our habits and to imitate it, so we can never wake up. So we can always think we really in a real environment. You're not. The real you is somewhere in stasis in a damn box.
Wait a minute. So I have a quick question.
And what you are really realizing and experiencing right now is an avatar body, an avatar existence, so that the real you could be used as a battery, just like the damn. Why you think they went and dug up all our damn bodies? Keep us up from coming back, and to clone our genes and put a whole bunch of us out here that you think is you and ain't you, to confuse you, so you can never come back. Because they know when the real Mayatans, when the real Lyrians, when the real Orions, when the real celestial brothers and sisters, the soul brothers and sisters, wake the fuck up, we shut this shit down within milliseconds.
Millisecond.
They can't handle one of us. Go on GMIE Investments website.
GMEI. Yep. Utilities, I think.
Utilities. Go on there and put your damn social security number in there and look at that shit and see how many generations from way back 1700, 1600, 1500. Look at the trust that they got on you. Look how long they've been tracking you reincarnating, knowing you the only energy on this damn planet and you can't be destroyed. You immortal. So I can keep putting a fraction of you an L. That's really disrespectful to call yourself an L. But I know how to reverse the spell, so I'm going to call myself L. But L ain't nothing but saying that I bent you 90 fucking degrees. That's a hard bend. Made you a corner, a foundation of a brick. So I can keep building on top of you. You would never know it. That's why they call it silent weapons for secret wars. Now, I didn't put it out there. I put it out there thick. But I'm Mama's son. And guess what? We'll never rise up being fucking scared.
I heard that. I have a quick question for you. You mentioned something about how the negative is attracted to the positive, right? Isn't that what you said? The negative is attracted to the positive.
They use the negative. They use the positive pole.
They use the positive. Okay.
What happens? Let me show you what happens. This is how energy really works. Let's think of a battery. Think of anything with energy. What they do, they use different forms of energy and force them to fight against themselves. It's no different than taking two forms of energy and you spike one side up, make it stronger. That means that's giving it potential. You can use compression, air, anything. And then you take the other side and it don't have as much potential. Now you've created what? Opposites, potential. So the pressure of having one thing full and something less full automatically going to make one thing move from one side or the other. Or they use a technique called doping. Doping is used in filmmaking. Why is this important? Because film is carbon. They take that film, that dark brown stuff, right? It's full of electrons. They put acid all in it, different combinations of acid that punch holes into the film or the carbon. Now, how does energy move? How do electrons move? How does Eve move? She go through holes. She's attracted to holes, to spheres, because she's spherical. So if I punch a hole and I put some heat and spin on something, on the electrons, what they going to do? Expand, because they hot. You putting fire to them. They trying to move, get out the way. They feet hot now, they moving. Where they going to move? There's a door right there called a hole. Oh, I'm going right through. That's a trap. It's called capturing. That's how you capture. Go into electronics. I'm going to do a class on this shit and show. I didn't let it out. Now I'm going to hold it, but it's too late to hold this shit, yo. We can't keep holding this.
That's right.
We can't keep holding this. I can't hold this. I can't hold it because it's so serious. I'm finding videos of people, you know who I'm talking about, these Albanians. They got it packed. They can do this in their garage now. They can create what's called an electronic gate. What are these gates? They get it from the Book of Gates. The Book of Gates, that's a Egyptian Book of the Dead. This is the technology of Ra. They telling you what the fuck we used to do. We used to go around. We was the Crusaders. We was going around enslaving and mutating everything. And we ran across somebody sick somebody on us. And they reversed the whole process on our ass. And we've been in bondage since. Now, is the war going to keep going on? Are we going to turn right back around? Now we figuring it out, but we're going to figure it out. If I figured it out, you figured it out, whoever listening to it, it's in the ether now. It's in the ether. So the monkey effect is going, the Mandela effect going to happen. So we're going to figure out. But my question to everybody is what we're going to do. We're going to turn around and do the same damn thing again? Are we going to turn around and enslave and enslave and enslave because we too damn lazy to do the work ourselves? Not if I got something to do about it. Because, see, I done been all around the galactic. And Mama sent me right back here for the finale. And guess what Rod done learned? It ain't fun being a slave. Everything wants to thrive. Everything wants to live. Everything wants a place. Everything wants to be important. Nothing wants to be left out. So if you take a mentality of seek and destroy or seek and control and control and control and control, you're just showing your fear. So what this going to tie around to, because when you do your research, you're going to see it. This is the Orion Wars. This is Star Wars, y'all. This is the light versus the darkness. This is the Jedi versus the Sith. This is the story. We living it out. Think of the story of Luke and all these stories. They on a planet out there in the damn boondocks. They don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, all this galactic thing coming. Next thing you know, this guy, this Luke Skywalker, he's out in space. And then you have the Manchurian candidate thing. And you got Yoda, and they carrying him around. And he don't know what the hell is going on. But he being carried around by this other being. They telling your story. They telling our story. But they're trying to lead the story. They're trying to lead you. Because they know your power going to come back online. They can't stop that. But what they can stop is what you think about who you are. And what they can do is to fix your enemy, make who your enemy is. They can make you fight for them. And you see it now. Most of the melanated people around here are defending the system. They will kill you and fight you for this system. That's the trick of the Jedi. The trick of the Jedi is to make you think that he's the good guy. And that everything he's giving you is what's best for you. What did they do to the people here? The same exact thing. Made you think you was from somewhere else. Made you think they was a good guy. Gave you their food, their technology. Dumbed you down. Told you didn't have none. Took your land. Assumed your name. And took your gifts. And gonna leave your ass to destroy yourself. And they're gonna back up, get on their ships, take off in the air, and watch this whole shit go. And everybody destroy themselves. And like falcons, like hawks, like vultures, they're gonna swoop down and eat up the carnage and move on to the next spot. That's how they roll. And we sitting here following right for the goddamn plan, just following right into it. Every movie they show you the damn bunny rabbit and go down. And then next thing you know, people forget about what they just saw. The hamster wheel, all of that. They forget about their experiences. Why? Because they've been mind controlled not to love themselves. To hate everything about your own self. To divide you, to conquer, to divide and to conquer. It's so simple. Don't even take no hell of a plan to do that. And I can't believe the children's of all that is. The true beings of light. Act like they don't have a damn clue. I see them running in every trap it is. Every time somebody hollers something, all they do is pirate it. Like a damn parrot. That's how you know they birds. Hello? That's how you know. Just parrots. Clones. So anybody got anything else? Because I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. Because we can go on and on for hours.
I know that's right, and I can listen for hours.
I love to talk. I'm a bird. Birds talk all damn day.
Yeah,
but
we
what
definitely.
About a bird? A bird got weak legs though.
Mm.
Bird ain't got no foundation. That's why he stay in the air. He's a coward. So that's why we mix our genes with the lion. The lion. I know lion. A lion is a pimp. A lion is a coward. The lioness, she ferocious. She do the work. So anytime you see a damn king or lion, you know that is a lie, is the trick. We ain't never, Set Man ain't no damn lion. She's a panther. A black one at that. Ferocious. She ain't no damn Basset. She ain't no cat. That's when they done took the lion and mutated and domesticated it down and took his power away. Now it's a little cat. They don't even know where is that in this purpose no more. So I ain't going to go through all the zodiacs. I'm not going to go through all the cosmic because we didn't even go by that shit they showing you. Aries and Scorpio and all that. Those are lesser planets. Those are the planets that's more near here. Our constellation was the birds, Cygnus, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, Altair, the Phoenix. But we let them people tell us anything. The Olympic gods defeated the Titans. No damn the Olympic gods defeat no Titans. Them damn Titan stars still right up there. I'm looking at them right now. And them tiny ass little Olympic planets, they way down here closer to this sphere of existence. But they made you believe it. Just with words. No proof. You see how a mind works? I'm talking about a bomb. You see how a file works? A zip file? All I got to do is put it in you and let it unload. It will unzip. And program the being. Because this body is a damn organic machine. There's nothing real about it. It's a ship. That's it. You're etherical. You can get in any ship. You don't even need a ship. So that's all I'm going to say, Cole. My woman in here, and she ain't playing.
I heard that.
She's looking at the door like, hold on, man. We got some other stuff to do around here.
I hear that. She like, it's my time now. It is my time. You tell the Empress that we appreciate her allowing you to share your time with us and school us tonight, because I'm telling you, you blew everybody's head today. Every time I know my mind is gone for some new information that you got. Everybody, man, just give a ashe to Brother RA-N-ELL. I'm gonna unmute the mics, man, so he can handle his business. I'm gonna try.
Y'all go ahead and say your little final words.
Yeah, my best.
A little bit of feedback to at least let me know that.
Yeah,
I made it a little hot around here.
I don't know how to do this. Y'all unmute your mics if you can. I'm sorry, y'all.
Rob, thank you so much.
There you go. Yes. Yes, we hear you, Empress.
Thank you, sweetheart. I just want to say, go ahead. Which Empress?
That was Empress Christina. Go ahead. I have Empress Christina.
Saying, this is great, and I'm just like having this realization that we're condensed, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're condensed gas, like just in a more condensed form in this electromagnetic field. Is that what?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you used the word condensed, just to bring me back to what I was meaning to say from the beginning. We got all this ascension talk. It's not no ascension going on. To ascend is to go against gravity. You got a damn black hole above you that's pushing everything downward. You ain't ascending nowhere. You descend to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller you make yourself by condensing, remember, you are a particle. You're beyond that. You can't even be described what you can do. But when you get ready to leave a space, you disappear. You condense so small, nothing can track you or catch you. You can slide right through the pores of anything and leave right out of this space. But that's called descension, not no ascension.
That's interesting.
Only thing that goes up is gas. And how easy is to catch the gas? It's very easy because you know where it's going to go. You can use the wind or a machine to blow it wherever you want to go and trap it into a vacuum. You don't think that's a beam? That's a beam trapped in that vacuum. That's what they mean by a genie in the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Empress Phoenix Star, you want to go?
I just want to say thank you so much. You confirmed some things and enlightened me at the same time about some things. It's just unbelievable. I just want to say thanks so much for your presence, your hard work and study, and your realization of knowing the things from inside. I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all have done enough studying. Get out your head.
Yes.
Stop right now. Stop reading books. Stop doing all of that. Because it's only going to hinder you and take you down further down rabbit holes. At some point, you know. The only way you know is through practice, and it's practicing the movements of the God. Not, you got to start closing your eyes and not just sitting and meditating. No. Stand up, move around with your eyes closed. Start moving your hands. Eventually, you're going to start to be able to see it, your hands, with your eyes closed.
I believe that. I believe that.
The only reason why you can't see inside of yourself because you always keeping your focus outside of yourself.
True.
When you're awoke, your inner worlds will never light up, will never turn on until you put your focus on your awareness is focus.
Awareness, that's right.
Awareness. That's what you will become conscious of.
Yep.
That's how it works. You don't get conscious. You don't get enlightened. Look at the word enlightenment. Inside. You turn the light on inside of you. You are already a genius. Meaning inside of your genes, inside of one cell. And you have trillions, if not gazillions, of cells inside of just one is the knowledge of all things. So a genius is one who can go inside of their cells and pull the Akashic records. The Akashic records is inside of your cells. It's inside of you. Ain't no damn Akashic records out there. You can never go outside of yourself to do nothing. You control the elements from going in. You send your commands in. You send your prayers in. You send them down. And then they send you a response back up. And really it's coming down, like you said, a download because you're upside down. So when you get a download, that means it's coming from your core, where your reproduction system is, where everything is being broken apart and built back together. Ain't your food going there, ain't your air going there, everything is going there and being separated. That's where the true intelligence is. It's being sent where it needs to go. What need to be kept is being kept. What need to be expelled is expelled right from that area. You got a front hole called your pee hole, and you got a back hole called your anal hole. Letting everything out. And the goddess is right in the middle, the center. In the cage, down there where the 7 pillars of the Jed is. What is that? Your cosset, those 7 tailbones. Why? Because your tail has been removed and been inverted back inside of you. At one time you had a tail. Your tail has been removed. That's why you don't know your story. That's why you don't know your tail.
That is exactly what Bobby Hemmett was talking about.
Facts. So when somebody keeps trying to turn you against reptilian, turn you against yourself, turn you against Anunnaki, turn against you against the Elohim, the bird being, turn you against the ants, Andromeda, turn you against Vega, the trees, turn you against every goddamn thing and turn it against yourself and make you eat it all, you're going to short circuit. You eating yourself. You're writing a letter on a document against yourself. That's a short circuit. The trees got all those rings showing you all the different planes of existence within the tree. So if you extract the pulp or the pus or the plasma out of the tree and condense it, you just created a whole new plane of existence called a piece of paper, a plane. That's called aether, not ether. It's the inverse of ether. Ether is air or noble gases. Aether is taking the tree and taking the essence out of it and creating aether. Now you take pen, which is the same thing as the pulse or the pulse out of the tree, which is the sap, and you refine it and call it ink. And then you take it and you put it back on the aether. That's creating a short circuit. That's something eating itself. That's what creates the bond or the binding or the spell. And the aether is a plane of existence or a plate, something that something can sit and rest and live on. This is magic at its highest degree. And everybody that's walking around that ain't with you is against you, and they practicing fucking high-level magic on you and smiling in your face and telling you that the magic don't exist.
I
And
heard
these are
that.
high-level sorceresses and sorcerers and witches and warlocks. Because the
Mm-hmm.
magical world that they gave you in the cartoons is real. That's real. This shit that you live in is fake. So the magical world is all around you, controlling you. You are the straw man. You are the pen man. You have been pinned, and you are the puppet. And there are things above you and below you that are pulling your strings and moving your body. And you ain't doing it. So until you take back your straw man, till you take back control of your avatar, your puppet, till you take back control of your magical beings, and you become the operator and controller, you become the Godhead, you command them what to damn do. Then your reality changes. Then this whole reality changes. Then once we realize that we are a matriarch type of beingness, then we start doing like ionic bonding, ionic twins, the bionic twins. We create a series circuit. We start holding hands. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Now you like the beings on the movie Avatar when they was by the tree. Now you working together like bees. Now you change reality within microseconds. That's the science of series. The series circuit. That's the science of the direct current, the DC. And the shit ain't no Marvel. It ain't no cartoon. Now, I just gave y'all the whole damn thing. Play it back and let it fold 3 to 4 or 5 times. I didn't give you all the examples and show you all the slides because I could. I have slides to back everything I've said up. And physically can show you these things. Because once you start physically moving, this is when the magic starts. The magic ain't going to start in your mind and your head. Because that head has been separated from the body by the neck. The neck is a bridge. A bridge is weak. A bridge what? Separates two what? Parts of land. Creates a weakness or a crack. That is you out there on your own. That's a satellite. Like a moon or a sun sitting there all on its own. Ain't got nothing to do with the body. But if I can convince you to operate out of that head and isolate that head, I intercept that all day. I program it all day because you got hair. Hair is an antenna, and it receives a signal. No different than the TV or the phone. So this Wi-Fi, you think you're getting all these dreams and they all yours and not. So when you're getting all these dreams and you're getting all this stuff and you're trying to interpret it all and you think it's all divine, no, it's not. Divine, meaning a divided line. 2 lines of communication. You ain't just getting one. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of traps. There's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of stuff going on around here. But we putting a stop to it. That's what this is all about. It's about correcting the circuit. It ain't about getting the hell out of here. You gonna get out of here and leave your mama? Leave your mama behind so she can get raped, killed, and maimed by this outside force that she don't like? Well, y'all go ahead, because I ain't leaving my mama. I'm not leaving this being. This is a being that you own. And if you help her, guess what she's going to do? She's going to help you. She's going to share her gifts. And that's what they don't want. They don't want her gifts to come online because they can't fuck with her. That's why every word they say is motherfucker. Because they can't mess with her. But she been asleep, and they want to keep her asleep. But she ain't asleep no more, because she here through us. She see through us. So she awoke. I didn't see her. She don't look mad, but she ain't give me no expressions. I don't know how she feel. I'm going to keep it real with you. But I can see her signs, and she's starting to tear this damn place up. So if people don't get online, her line, you are not of her. She's going to leave you behind to be eaten by these damn vultures. Because they here. They've always been here. There ain't no Anunnaki. type of Anunnaki, these vulture type of beings. They ain't, I don't even think they call Anunnaki. I don't know what they call. But they here. They always been here. So to make you think that they coming, that's another trick. Everything is here. Everything is now. The past, the present, and the future is always happening simultaneously. Always. That's why there's no such thing as time. The past is moving towards the center. The future is moving towards the center to make the now. That's how it works. That's the flower of life. And the flower of love. And the hybridization of all of that is the flower of light. The light is the trap. That's all I'm trying to say, y'all. You got to go through darkness to get to the light, because light is darkness, and darkness is light. That's
it. You said that's it. That's it, huh? Man, that's everything. Yeah, that's it. Ain't nothing to see here. Ain't nothing to see here. Not much, you know.
No, because if we keep it simple,
yeah,
making everything complex, it's go inside, quiet the mind. The mind is the enemy. You have more than one mind. Your spine is the divine, is the mastermind. The spine. It's the true nine.
The nine. That's right.
It's true, Nina. You see what I'm saying? So when you operating from the core, where all things extend, right there in your center, your major pivot point, where you can bend over, bend back, bend sideways, that's where you start. That's where you put your focus, and all other things will come, will brighten themselves up and come online. But just think about it. Just think about it, everybody. If I'm lying, why ain't nobody activated? That's all in their damn mind. It's learning all this stuff. We can talk about the intellectuals to the intellect. Man, we know people who we know that I love Bobby him. I watch him all day. This dude is an encyclopedia. Can he make fire come out of his hand? Can he levitate? Can he disappear? Can he control the wind? Because the ancestors could. So I'm giving everybody master keys, but I can only control me. I can only turn me on. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I ain't putting no videos out every day. That's why I ain't putting my face on here. It ain't about my face. It ain't about me getting no attention. Somebody got to turn on the goddamn car, mama's car. Who gonna turn it on? That's the race. Who gonna turn it on first? Because whoever turns it on first controls it. Any final word?
I think you about said it. Because, I'm telling people just to, right now, go check out some of the old ones, because I think these are some new people today. So they may have to check out some of your old ones to even catch up to, what you're doing today. But it looks like everybody was kind of able to stay with you. You broke it down, and simplified it enough to where everybody was able to kind of stay connected with the information that you were dropping today. And I just thank you. And I like I said, I know the baby and, mommy over there is wanting you right now. So, I just want to thank you. And whenever you're ready to do something else again, I know they ready because they already was saying it in the chat. So we'll just be waiting for you.
Well, dog, I'm coming with the heat, yo. I got so much, I'll blow everybody's fuse. I don't stop. This right here don't stop. You ask the people who are around me, it don't. The power, knowledge, and energy is infinite. It's called intelligent infinity. The infinite creator is infinite intelligence. Intelligence. Not no head intelligence, not no mind intelligence. And the all ain't mind. That's a trick. The all is all.
Yeah.
But well, if I can get you in your damn mind, I can knock your mind off, knock your whole head off, cut it right off your head. And that's what's been happening. Our heads are still cut off. And that's okay. We don't want the head. The head is the imbalance. That is the only part that imbalances the system. You got 2 even arms, 2 even hands, 2 even knees, 2 even feet, 2 even legs. And you get this one head that's throwing the whole thing off balance. And people think that that head is everything, that that's what the being is. It's not. Look at a bee. Capital B has got 2 humps at least. Not 1. And if you're going to have 1 dot, let the dot represent the whole being. It's not the top part of it. Let's get in the middle, y'all. Let's get in the mid.
That's
the
right.
Mid got everything. It got the low frequencies, got the high, got everything. The mid is the center. Let's get in the center. Once you get in the center of self, the center of the spirit, you can easily transfer yourself on top of the spirit and look down at the spirit, and you can easily transfer your consciousness below the spirit and look up at the spirit. But if you're in the right, that means to be in the right corner, in the damn corner, y'all. That's where energy gets trapped. That's the shadow.
But
I'm the shadow in no corner. Your shadow is you. Your shadow needs to stay centered with you. Not in no right corner. Not in no 90-degree corner. That's the trick. If you want to use a 9, stand straight up with the 9. Don't let the 9 be no right hand corner. Now I just checkmated you. This is chess, y'all. This ain't checkers. It's chess.
That's right.
The art of chess is illusion, deception. To lead you, to make you think I'm going to make this move, and as soon as you go for the bait, checkmate. Yeah. So let's take that rabbit and let the rabbit go on down the hole where it stays. Stay up here on the ground. Stay up here and then watch the holes and watch the sky and watch all around you, but do not go down that damn hole. Don't listen to nobody. Don't trust nobody. What is a trust? Ain't they been telling you they've been beating our ass with the trust, the CQV trust and all these trusts? And we still trusting. Trust right in the damn hellfire.
Yep. You're not lying. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody else that showed up today. And we'll see. He's going to do this again. We'll see when. Of course, we definitely let you guys know for the next time. Okay.
And what we need to do, y'all, please. Share these videos.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you said that.
I don't have no websites, no hype, no this. I don't have no services. I'm not selling nothing. Okay? I don't want none of y'all money. That's another spell. Okay? But when somebody comes through with something, and I have not gotten one argument since I've been doing these few little tapes that I've done, I ain't got one person who done sit there and even tried to argue what I've said. So that means evidently it's resonating with a lot of people. It's not a many holes in it. So let's get out of the competition. I'm not in competition with y'all. I'm not even in competition with myself. I want to free myself. So let's get out of the competition and out of that race. And let's get into the pure heart of intention of sharing something that we see that is centered in balance. So we can get out of our heads, share it, explain it to it, and most importantly, practice it for yourself. And I guarantee you're going to see some results. As the body stretched, the mind will stretch, all of the minds. As you learn to let go of the mind through practice and repetition, through ritual, that's all ritual is, repetition. No different from playing damn basketball. If when you first start bouncing it, you cannot control the ball. And you see, the more that you try to control that ball, you're not controlling it. But at some point, you let go, and you have faith. And the ball just started going in your hand. You can't explain it no more. You get a little confidence, you start shooting it. You notice you aim in the shot, and you keep missing. You calculate, and you're missing. One day, you just let go. And you let spirit, something that's more intelligent, and you drop 81 points, Kobe Bryant. You jump over somebody's head and you dunk it, Michael Jordan. It just happens. It just is. That comes from practicing till you don't have to think about it no more and it becomes natural or nature. That's practice. That ain't thinking. That's letting go. That's the zone. That's the zen, or whatever word you want to give it. But that's power. And I'm out.
All right.
Everybody,
peace and love, everybody.
Love.
Yes, peace and love. Thank you guys so much.
Gratitude, definitely.
Yes.